Hi Bree Bear Jones, how are you? Hope you can hear me properly. I'm just doing a little stream, just basically chatting away about things, talking about basically a bit about veganism, a bit about my life and things recently. But actually as well, somebody actually just sent me this May the Force Be With You jumper. I don't know who it is, one of my subscribers, so whoever it is out there, thanks very much for sending me that. I really appreciate it. Means the world to me. Like I say, there's people everywhere sending me stuff all the time, and they know I'm a sci-fi geek, so that's great. Yeah, I'm doing great. How are you, Bree Bear? It's quite a busy week this week. Tomorrow I'm actually going to the Edinburgh Lights Festival in Edinburgh in Scotland where I stay. It's basically a big Christmas festival that I'm going to with two of my friends, so going to be doing a bit of vlogging at that. This morning I've obviously got church, there's a nativity play on by the school children and things like that, so I'm obviously going to be going to that, probably with my wife and things. And yesterday was quite busy as well. I was actually at the vegan fete and things, so I done a bit of vlogging at that. I got my Christmas veganised turkey roast and quite a few other things, so yeah, it's been a busy week. Hope you're doing well, what I say. I've seen, where is it you actually stay? Is it America? Because I've been seeing there's quite a lot of snow over there at the moment. It's been quite cold here actually. Yeah, they get the Christmas hat on, like I say, definitely. Hi Janet Fairfirst, nice to see you here. I was going to share with you a thing as well. I was watching Sandcat, my dear friend. She made a video this morning talking about how the festive season is quite difficult for people with mental illness and just everybody in general. And I can relate to that a lot because obviously I'm in recovery for my eating disorder. So I wrote this little thing. I says, for us in recovery, some days when we are giving maximum effort, we still find these days difficult, and no matter what we do, we can't seem to grasp. And that my message to you is just don't give up. The greatest decision in my life was the day I decided enough was enough, to change my life from the inside out. The way I act, the way I talk, thinking, and the way I live life. This process is not just about being able to quit our behaviours, it's about changing our life so that we get away from the whole lifestyle. You can't just come to recovery and still live that lifestyle, because we all know how easy it is to get sucked right back in. So we have to change every aspect of our life, and we have to think we can't think we just come to recovery and everything will just change and be great. As we all know, it doesn't work that way. The same way it took us years to actually get here, it may take us the same to actually get where we want and need to be. So embrace the journey, as many joys amidst the bumps along the way as well. I know sometimes we can't see them because we blind ourselves by any negative around us, but if we change our thinking and we look at life, then things begin to change and it's easier to grasp living life on its terms. Life will go on without us and hand us bad and good days, but it's still up to us to how we react to it and to live to it. Nice to see you here, Ruben, and nice to see you here, Monica, as well. I also wrote this other little one that was basically the very same kind of thing. It says, in this process we are in of recovery and healing, it's not about understanding everything. Sometimes we have to go through things we don't understand and really no reason behind it, but when we learn to accept these things and accept things we can and can't change, that's where peace of mind begins and where we begin to grow as people, because bad things happen to good people all the time, and when we sit and question, why me, why did this happen to me, I'm doing so good at this, I'm doing good for others. Well, that's life, like I say. It's learning. We don't always get to control things that happen. We just have to deal with them. But difference now in the person we used to be is when these things actually come our way now, we stand up and we face them. We don't run back or into our illness to cover up the pain and all life's struggles. We face it with the belief and knowing that we can overcome it because we are stronger, but maybe not where we need to be in our recovery, or have a lot left to do, but never forget how far you have come to where you are now, because you aren't that same person. So we learn to accept the things instead of asking why me, why not ask why not me. God only gives battles to his strongest soldiers. So if you're going through rough times right now and feeling you are getting nowhere and the weight of the world is on your shoulders, just remember God gives his toughest battles to his toughest soldiers. Binge on life, purge negativity and starve guilty feelings. Hi Monica, how are you? I'm doing well. Like I say, I've got a busy week this week. I'm obviously... tomorrow I'm actually going to the Festival of Lights in Edinburgh with two of my friends, Nikki and Anna, so we're going to be, it's a big Christmas festival with a lot of parading and things like that. It should be amazing, so I'm doing a lot of vlogging at that. This morning I'm actually going to the church nativity play, so I'll be doing that as well. It's been quite a difficult week. I lost 2 kilograms this week, which wasn't very good at all, but I'm trying to push on. Like I say, it's because of my hypermetabolism. I'm experiencing my eating disorder recovery. A lot of people actually get that. It's basically when you've been suffering from a restrictive background for so long, your metabolism raises and you actually end up basically losing weight. So I'm having to push on and add in more calories and things. But I wanted to share this with you. One of my subscribers actually sent me this Christmas jumper. Mary the Force be with you. I don't know who it was, so whoever out there that sent me that, please let me know. I say thanks very much for sending me that, guys. I really appreciate it. I also want to touch upon this thing that's going around recently, all this making veganism great again. Right, touching upon this, I don't know about all you guys, but being quite honest, there is nothing wrong with veganism. The only thing wrong with veganism is the people within it and their behaviours and actions. Like I say, just touching upon things, how many animals are killed each year? The total number of animals killed in British slaughterhouses in 2013 was over 1 billion. This included 9.8 million pigs, nearly 15 million sheep, 18 million turkeys, 14 million ducks and over 945 million chickens and 2.86 billion shellfish. You have a total of over 8 billion animals killed in the UK each year. This equates to over 22 million animals slaughtered every day, 919,000 an hour, 15,000 per minute and 255 every second. So this making veganism great again. I want to touch upon this, that this is absolutely hypocritical. I say the people, I'm not going to mention these names obviously as you all know, but saying that you don't give a F about the animals, well, you're not going to make veganism great again if you don't care about the animals, because putting into touch actually what actually being vegan means, a philosophy and way of living which seeks to exclude as far as possible and practical all forms of exploitation and cruelty to animals for food, clothing or any other purpose, and by extension promotes the development and use of animal-free alternatives for the benefit of humans, animals and the environment. In dietary terms, it denotes the practice of dispensing with all products derived wholly or partly from animals. Like I say, basically condoning that people should actually eat meat and if you're saying that is not vegan, that's what they call flexitarian. And let's be honest about it, would you say the very same thing to somebody with alcohol problems or a drink problems? Oh, it's okay to have just one drink a week, or it's okay to indulge in drugs at such and such a time as long as you're not doing it all the time. I know that's a totally different polar opposite, but it's the very same thing. And obviously as well, I say, Jessica Australia, my dear friend, made a great video this morning actually talking about why when you're in an argument you attack people personally. Like I say, this is absolutely great, because at the end of the day, if you're attacking people personally about these kind of issues rather than basically arguing the actual issue, which is veganism, then your issue is absolutely irrelevant. Like I say, while you're sitting on Younow 5 hours a day or 10 hours a day arguing about how to make veganism great again, when there actually is nothing wrong with veganism, it's how the people and the actions of the people within veganism act. Like I say, there's global warming going on every day, there's greenhouse gases, deforestation, animals dying every single day of the week. If you really want to make veganism great again, start getting out, doing something about this. Start actually doing some activism and promoting the vegan lifestyle for what it actually is. And that's about not harming animals. If you say you don't give a F about the animals, there's an old saying in Scotland, love it or leave it. And this is the very, very same thing. If you're on here actually for not actually to save the animals and you don't give a F about animals, why can you call yourself vegan? I mean, really, this is what it's all about. I know a lot of people actually come to the vegan lifestyle, obviously for health and things. That's great as well, because that's what it's all about. It's about health reasons and that as well. But I've always promoted, like I say, do as much as you possibly can. But if you're actually telling people that is vegan, oh, it's okay if you want a bit of chicken or you want a bit of fish and such likes. I mean, come on, realistically, is that really honestly actually being vegan? It's far from the truth. Yeah, Sandcat, it was spot on. It's like Sandcat says, veganism is not killing stuff, therefore it's awesome. Exactly, and for people to say, make veganism great again, there is nothing wrong with veganism. Like I say, it's the people and the actions of the people within it that's the problems. Ruben says some people cannot come to it through the love of animals. Yeah, totally, like I say, but a lot of people that come through it for health end up actually doing it for the animals, because if you choose a vegan lifestyle, whether that be plant-based, raw tofu, 80-10-10 and things, you're saving animals every single day that you live this lifestyle. Actually, I want to actually speak about here, there's a little statistic I want to share about, is actually how many animals we actually save every single day as being a vegan. Let's say, PETA actually have said, and I know PETA have got their good and their bad points, that's definitely, but they've actually said we have some good news and some bad news. First, the good news, the total number of land animals killed and eaten by Americans decreased by 300 million between 2008 and 2009 and 600 million between 2006 and 2009. Americans also ate 500 million fewer fish in 2009 and 2008. These figures, like I say, are obviously courtesy of PETA. Like I say, they say based on these figures, they actually calculated that each year the average person consumes roughly 130 shellfish, 40 fish, 26 chickens, 1 turkey, nearly half a pig and more than a tenth of a cow. And they're saying since vegans eat no animals, each vegan saves nearly 200 animals per year. So there you go, that's a great statistic there. Absolutely amazing to think that. Like Sandcat says, yeah, they started seeing them as not food ones, they stopped eating them. It's easier for them to analyse it once they've not actively... Exactly. Like I say, my animal activism and things have really opened my eyes. I know that in some ways it's traumatic for me to actually see these things, but even more, it's actually made me more of a vegan, if you can understand that. I was obviously as well, Sandcat, you missed actually, I was speaking earlier on, I was talking about your video that you made. That's absolutely amazing that you actually talked about obviously why we get very depressed obviously during the festive season and things, and I'd actually spoke about some things that away at the start of the video. I can share them again. Basically I was talking about how in recovery some days that we're actually giving maximum effort, we still feel that difficult no matter what. So I actually spoke about all this at the very start of the video, so if when you check back you'll see all about that. Yes, Sandcat says it was absolutely great video you done, and I loved the wee singing at the start as well. It was amazing. It's like Ruben says, okay, so in a year we save 1 tofu and 2 hour animals in a year. Yeah, that's it, Ruben, definitely. Yeah, I'll share it with you again, Sandcat. I actually said, I wrote down these things basically talking about how in recovery and things basically that some days are difficult. Like I says, for us in recovery, some days when we are giving maximum effort, we still find these days difficult, and no matter what we do, we can't seem to grasp. My message to you is just don't give up. The greatest decision in my life was the day I decided enough was enough, to change my life from the inside out. The way I act, the way I talk, the thinking, the way I live life. This process is not just about being able to quit our behaviours, it's about changing our life so that we get away from the whole lifestyle. You can't just come to recovery and still live that lifestyle, because we all know how easy it is to get sucked right back into it. So we have to change every aspect of our life and the way we think. We can just come to recovery and everything will just change, because it won't be, and it'd be great. Well, it doesn't work like that. The same way it took us years to actually get here, it may take us the very, very same to get to where we need to be. So enjoy and embrace the journey, as it has many, many joys amidst the bumps along the way. I know sometimes we can't see them because we blind ourselves by any negativity around us, but if we change our thinking and how we look at life, then things begin to change and it's easier to grasp living in life on its terms. Life will go on without us and hand us bad and good days, but it's still up to us to how we react to it and how we live to it. Also, I said as well, like I say, in this process we are in recovery and healing. It's not just about understanding everything. Sometimes we have things we don't understand and really there is no reason to, but when we learn to accept these things and accept the things we can and can't change, that's where peace of mind and begin to grow as people. Bad things happen to good people all the time, and we sit and question why me, why did this happen to me? I'm doing so good and I'm doing good for others. Well, that's just life. It's learning. We don't actually always get to control things that happen. We just have to deal with them. But the difference now and the person we used to be is when these things actually come up and come our way, we stand up, we face them. We don't run back into our behaviours or our illness to cover up the pain and all life's struggles. We face it with the belief and knowing we can overcome it because we are stronger, but maybe not where we need to be in our recovery or have a lot left to do. But never forget where you've come from and to where you are now, because you aren't the same person. So we learn to accept things, and instead asking me why, I ask why not. God only gives his battles to his strongest soldiers. So if you're going through rough times right now and feeling you're getting nowhere and the weight of the world is on your shoulders, just remember, God gives his toughest battles to his toughest soldiers. Ruben saying, but I keep going because I have lost this taste for meat, and I was in the store today and I thought milk chocolate was gross. Yeah, like I say, Ruben, if you're finding this, there's plenty of alternatives you can get for meat. You've obviously got seitan, you've got tofu, you've got tempeh, you even get a lot of your vegan fake chickens now. You get your soya mince. There's so many things that have all got the taste and texture of meat. You don't really need to go back to obviously eating meat. Like I say, there's tons of stuff out there. Monica, thanks very much for that, and Sandcat as well. I was actually going to share 42 interesting facts actually about veganism as well that was absolutely amazing. Like I say, we all know that being vegan is actually healthy, not only good for the environment and the animals, but do you know all the following interesting facts about this trending and compassionate lifestyle? Like I say, number one, veganism, like I say, is a lifestyle that avoids all animal foods such as meat, dairy, eggs, honey, animal derived products like leather, as we all know, and as far as possible any tested things on animals as well, which actually I'm having a bit of... Recently I'm actually adopting it a lot more, being vegan. I'm actually making sure my shampoos, my soaps and things are all veganised, which before I wasn't actually looking for, but now I'm actually, because I'm doing a lot more vegan activism and things like that, I know a lot of the issues are actually the testing on animals as well. Sandcat saying, even if the rest of the world was eating animals and I was the only vegan, I'd still want to be vegan. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to be responsible for any death at all. Like I say, at the end of the day, it's about looking in the mirror every single day and knowing what you're doing is not only helping yourself, but helping the animals and the planet as well. Sandcat is asking, were you vegetarian before you went vegan? No, I was about 80% vegetarian, Sandcat, because like I say, the Mind Disorder Recovery Team, they don't believe in you being vegetarian or vegan. When you get into hospital, especially in a hospital setting, there is hardly even a vegetarian option. Basically, there's a bit of salad and that's really it. So I was about 80% vegetarian. I had a bit of meat back and forward, but that was only because I was forced to by my recovery team. It certainly wasn't something I actually wanted to be doing. But until obviously January 2016, when I actually went fully vegan, and I said to them, I says, look, I want to be vegan, I want to do it for the right reasons. They actually let me do it for those reasons, but on the premise that obviously I gained weight every single week. Yeah, Sandcat, there's absolutely no vegan options in hospitals at all. The only one I know is in the Bay City area in California, I think it is. They do a vegan option. Thanks for becoming a fan, Patty. Have a vivo. So like I say, studies have actually found that eating plant-based diet makes you happier and less stressed as well, which actually I've found a lot. I found that since I've been the vegan diet, obviously that my thinking is clearer. I'm not as stressed in things as well. Like I say, Shia LaBouffe Breads asks, Tommy, what you doing for Hogmanay? I don't know what I'll be doing for Hogmanay. I had actually been invited to a Happy New Year thing that was actually by Save the Movement Scotland. I think you can see it here. That was in the Admiral Bar in Waterloo Street in Glasgow. It's in the 30th for the 8 p.m. to 1 p.m. and it's obviously supporting Save Movement Scotland, which is our vegan activism group, and all the proceeds are actually going to next year to bring James Ash over for a speech and things like that. But I think what I'll probably do is I'll come on Younow and actually do a bit of kind of New Year streaming, things like that. Shia Loafbread, I'm actually going to Edinburgh tomorrow. I'm going for I'm saying vegan now. The Festival of Lights in Edinburgh. I'm going to that tomorrow with my actual two of my friends and things. You remind me of a football manager. I'm actually a semi-professional footballer, so yeah, I'm all into the football. I don't know if all you guys had seen this. Mary the Force be with you. One of my subscribers actually sent me this. I don't know exactly who it was, but thanks very much to whoever sent me it. So like I say, vegan living obviously reduces the intake of actual saturated fats, animal hormones and cholesterol, while increasing the intake of fresh fruits and veggies. That has the potential to obviously reduce the risk of cancer, diabetes, obesity and heart disease. Like I say, what actually Ruben was talking about, vegans get their protein, like I say, from actual lentils, black beans, veggie burgers, tofu, nuts, peanut butter, soy milk as well. Vegans get their calcium for things like broccoli, bok choy, Chinese cabbage, collards, kale, obviously calcium fortified orange juices and such likes. Obviously as well, vegans obviously tend to have lower rates of cancer than meat eaters and vegetarians. For example, vegan women actually have 34% lower rates of female specific cancers, like obviously breast, cervical and ovarian. Similar results were obviously found in males with prostate cancer. Kale is actually a bit like a kind of type of, what would you explain it like? It's like between a mix of spinach and lettuce. It is really, really good. You can actually, a lot of people actually put it in the oven and it comes out crispy, like a crisp thing, and you can season it with obviously your herbs and your spices and things. It's really, really good. It really, really is. I thoroughly recommend it. Obviously as well, a study done by the Nobel Prize winner Elizabeth Blackburn found that a vegan diet caused more than 500 genes to change in 3 months, turning on genes that prevent disease and turning off genes that actually cause cancer and heart disease and other illnesses. Approximately 5% of the US is actually vegetarian, close to 16 million people, and about half of those are actually vegan, meaning about 7.5 million Americans abstain from all animal products. Obviously as well, grain that used is to feed livestock for meat production could actually feed 1.3 million people. Most cases of food poisoning, up to 80%, are due to obviously infected meat. Our alkaline, which is saliva, is not meant to break down any animal flesh. Carnivores have actual acid saliva, preventing perfectly designed for that, for the animal for the task actually. Like I say, it takes actually 2,500 gallons of water to produce 1 pound of beef, while producing 1 pound of tofu only requires 244 gallons of water. Like I say, by going vegan obviously as well, one person can save approximately 219,000 gallons of water a year. I don't grow my own vegetables, Sheila Loftbread. It's very, very difficult here in Scotland, obviously, because our winter and summer, basically, our summer is basically like only like a kind of type of hotter winter, basically. We've got a greenhouse and things like that, but it's something I would like to do, obviously, in the future, is grow my own vegetables and such like, because I think it would absolutely be amazing. Sandcat says, my mum apparently had lettuce craving when she was pregnant with me. That's amazing to actually think that, like I say, because a lot of people actually, they do things like, obviously, they get crazy fetishes such as people eating coal and such like as well. Oh, you're from Glasgow, that's amazing. Yeah, I'm from Ayrshire, I'm in Dalry, so I'm not far away, I'm only about 30 odd miles away. Actually, another one, according to the UN Convention to Combat Desertification, it takes up to 10 pounds of grain to produce just 1 pound of meat. In the United States alone, 56 million acres of land are used to grow feed for animals, with only 4 million acres of produced plants for humans to eat. Commercial fishing methods such as bottom trawling and long lining are often used for clearing the ocean floor at all life and destroy coral reefs. They also kill thousands of dolphins, sea turtles, sharks and other bycatch animals. Coastal fish farms actually release feces, antibiotics, parasites and non-native fish into sensitive marine ecosystems. Like I say, increased vegetable and fruit intake reduces the need for taking a multivitamin, plus it increases your antioxidant intake. But obviously as well, if you're vegan, you obviously need like vitamin B12, which is something I'm actually going to be doing quite a lot. Do you believe in superfoods? That's a good one actually. Like I say, I believe that things like obviously your blueberries, your raspberries and such likes, and obviously a lot of berries, and I've got great antioxidants, and that is something I really believe in. But like I say, I think a lot of the time, a lot of these big supermarkets and things actually promote superfoods to actually sell them, but you can get a lot of your superfoods and your antioxidants and things in your diet. You need vitamin C, yeah, vitamin C, that's one thing definitely. Obviously you've got your oranges and things such like, so I've got great vitamin C levels in that. Scurvy, definitely, 100%. Obviously as well, I say vegans enjoy a lower risk of cardiovascular disease. Vegans have lower risk blood pressure than vegetarians. The average vegan has a cholesterol level of 133, which is actually 77 points lower than the average meat eater, and 28 points lower than the average vegetarian. And a landmark study actually found no heart attacks in people with cholesterol levels below 150. So like I say, eating plant-based foods which are actually rich in vitamin E, vitamin B6, obviously folic acid and other nutrients as well, can actually reduce your risk of developing Alzheimer's disease by as much as 70% as well. Obviously as well, the University of Chicago reports that actually going vegan is 50% more effective than switching to a hybrid car and reducing greenhouse gas emissions as well. So there you go, that's absolutely amazing. Cholesterol is your LDL and HDL. LDL is your low DL, which is basically the bad cholesterol, and the good cholesterol. Basically, cholesterol is like when all the fats in your body and things that obviously releases and can cause you to have like heart disease and such likes. It's quite a hot topic, to actually be honest. So like I say, all this talking about making veganism great again and things like that, absolutely nonsense. Like I say, there's nothing wrong with veganism in itself. It's the people and the actions of the people within it. Like I say, when you're condoning obviously being flexitarian and eating animals and things like that, that is not vegan. it's just absolutely terrible. And to do personal attacks on people, like I say, and saying that you want to make veganism great again. If you really want to make veganism great again, get out and do something productive, do some activism, actually spread the right vegan message on here about compassion for the animals, compassion for your fellow man, and stop doing personal attacks and obviously all this blimmin' drama, because this is not what it's about. Every day we're doing this and not spreading the right message. The animals are dying, deforestation is happening, global warming, greenhouse gases, there's tons going on. Yeah, it's exactly, Sandcat, your body makes it, so basically if you eat other bodies you're adding more cholesterol to it that's needed. That's exactly right, that's exactly what I was saying. Like I say as well, another one I want to touch upon, osteoporosis, which is something I've suffered with quite a lot. Like I say, osteoporosis is actually the highest in those countries that consume the highest amount of calcium from animal-based sources. So there you go, people saying that you obviously, like doctors advocating to my wife and such like, that she needs milk for calcium and things, but that's actually telling you that the highest intake with the people that are consuming milk actually have the highest experiences of osteoporosis, because the high concentration of acidic protein in animal-based sources causes the body to lose more calcium than it actually consumes. A vegan diet will actually reduce your chances of developing osteoporosis. Like I say, obviously as well, your vegan diet is absolutely extremely economical. Like I say, many vegans actually centre their diet around grains, beans, legumes, nuts, seeds and such likes, which can actually be produced cheaply in bulk as well. So the vegan lifestyle is very, very cheap, or as expensive as you want it. Like I say, a lot of people actually say coming to veganism is very expensive and things like that. Yeah, it can be expensive depending where you're shopping. If you're buying a lot of vegan processed foods, those can be expensive. But at the end of the day, it's for the greater good in some ways, like I say, because if you're spending more, you're doing a lot of good with that as well. Thanks for becoming a fan, the Animals Girl, as well. Yeah, I can understand that. Like I say, your family's butchers and that as well. I actually spoke to a person in Lidl the other day, and he's a farmer, and he says to me, oh, but wait a minute, he says, we're top of the food chain, and the animals are part of that food chain. I mean, come on. It's amazing the way people think this, and they base everything that the animals are here to serve us. That is far from the truth. I've touched upon a lot of things in the Bible before and such likes, of how the Bible actually teaches us that we should actually be living off grains and seeds of the earth as well. I wanted to actually touch upon as well, I don't know if you've watched Joey Carbstrong, he's one of my favourites. He's actually doing the potato diet and such likes. His video that he posted recently, it was sweet purple potatoes he was eating, and he actually says the Okinawans, the oldest living generation, 70% of their diet was actually purple sweet potatoes. I'm actually going to be doing a video about veganism and religion, Sandcat. That is one thing I've actually got privatised, and it will be uploaded very, very soon. So like he said, he'd actually lost 7 kilograms in 4 months. And basically the way he does it, he eats his salad, his vegetables, then his starches. And like he's got a great message, like he said, eating till you're saturated, to avoid binging. And he actually says, like, make more food than you actually need and eat till you feel saturated. And he doesn't count calories, he doesn't recommend counting calories or exercise and such like. Absolutely amazing. Like I say, he's got a great message. Cheese isn't okay to eat for vegans, Shea loaf bread, but you can get a lot of veganised cheese. You obviously get as well, you get in the UK we've got Violife, we've got Shees, we've got many vegan cheeses. Yeah, like I say, there's tons of vegan cheeses. You've obviously as well, you've got Tyne vegan cheese. There's actually a vegan shop in Glasgow, Shea loaf bread. It's quality vitamins and herbs. You should go there, and obviously you've got Holland and Barrett. You've got tons of vegan cheeses in there. There is many you can get. Exactly, you can make your own. Yeah, I would love to make my own vegan cheese. I'm trying to actually find a good kind of recipe for that. So if anybody wants to just jump in the guest queues, yeah, it makes me bloated actually quite a lot. I actually found something really, really strange last night. I don't know but if it was that, but I got beans and vegan sausages that were in a can, and I actually had bread. Usually I have bread and I have beans as a kind of snack and things before, but this was the first time me having the vegan sausages, little vegan sausages. I had that last night and I was in so much pain, really severe bloating, stomach cramps and such likes, and this morning I woke up with a severe migraine. I don't know if that was all connected in some way, but it was really, really strange. Glasgow's really great for being vegan actually. That'd be great if you want to jump on Sandcat and guest. There's a lot of vegan restaurants in Glasgow. You've got Mono, you've got Stereo, you've got the Flying Duck. There's quite a few others. There's a lot of vegan restaurants actually. It's vegan. Glasgow has actually been said to be one of the biggest vegan cities in the whole of the UK. So it's amazing to think that. Sorry, I'm just checking this. What made me become vegan? Well, absolutely 100% for the animals. Like I say, I had actually been wanting to be vegan for many, many years, but I was prevented, actually doing it by my eating disorder recovery team. In January 2016 this year, I actually became fully vegan. I told my eating disorder recovery team I wanted to do it for the right reasons, which was for the animals and actually to gain weight every single week. I've done that. I've been gaining 0.5 kilograms a week. Obviously this week's been a bit of a blip. I've lost 2 kilograms, but this is basically due to the hypermetabolism that I'm suffering with my eating disorder recovery at the moment. Pepsi Max, my addiction. Sorry guys, I'm just checking this a minute. Obviously as well, anybody wants to ask any questions about my eating disorder recovery, but I'm actually going to be doing it a lot next year. I hope to be speaking at Scottish Parliament next year for Eating Disorder Awareness Week, which is ADAW 2017. But touching upon the causes of male eating disorders, like I say, several factors, like I say, contribute to the, basically, where we need to actually be perfect, was ones that are exclusively directed at girls. Like I say, today actual boys are receiving many, many social pressures. Like I say, look at your action figures like He-Man and your wrestlers and such likes. They're all muscly, especially in the chest and shoulders and such likes. Like I say, this does impact boys, not only unlike girls, but obviously Barbie has traditionally influenced them. Like I say, males with eating disorders often have disordered behaviours as females. However, they actually face special social pressures related to what it actually means to be masculine. At puberty, to be strong physically, obviously, often our bodies can support the ideal body image they see in the media today. Let's say ways that you can actually help prevent that is that help boys to actually understand that they fit in and they don't need to be muscle bound and super athletes. Boys need the same help as girls fitting comfortably into their jeans. Boys need help with the grow up fast mentality, obviously peddled by our media. Tell them that there's absolutely no rush for that. Like I say, help boys understand that there is no need to hyper control their body. both boys and girls need to control the unmistakable notion that the body can actually be shaped and moulded as it will fit to a cookie cutter image of the perfect body. Obviously as well, help boys to understand that the locus of control needs to be more on the inside rather than the outside as well. So anybody want to jump into the guest queue? I've got about another 10 minutes or so that I can guest anybody. I see there's somebody in the guest queue.
Yeah, how ya doing, Tommy?
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
So how's things?
Well, yeah, like I said, I'm getting kind of tired of you now.
So what's wrong?
What's wrong? It's just eating up too much of my time.
Yeah, I can understand that. A lot of people actually spend more time on here than actually doing things that's productive. Obviously, doing things for the animals or looking after your family or spending special time with your family, especially at this time of year. Like I say, Christmas coming around and things like that, you want to be spending it with all the people that you love and the kind of things that you want to be doing. Like I say, especially with myself, with my wife and things like that. And that's a big part of, like I say, we kind of neglect the things that's really, really important, and that's the family and spending time for ourselves as well. Thanks very much for the likes as well. So what's your kind of what's your kind of things you're doing for Christmas or that?
My Christmas plans. Yeah, it's pretty sad. Yeah, my brother is going to Japan for Christmas, so he had me come over to house it for him.
Right, yeah.
Hey, man, I'm so jealous of that jumper.
Yeah, it was one of my subscribers that sent me it. I don't know who actually sent me it, but it was Mary the Force be with you. I just got it yesterday, so whoever sent me it, thanks very much for that. I really, really appreciate it. I get gifts all the time. It's all the time anonymous and things like that. Yeah, it's great, Sandcat. I don't know who sent me it, but it's amazing.
Well, yeah, lady, it wasn't me who sent it. Because I would have just kept it for myself.
Quite right, mate, definitely. So I was watching Rogue One last night. I actually got to see it. It was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, Tommy, you're just making me jealous now.
I see Joe Vegan was actually going to watch it last night as well.
And now Joe said he had to wait for it to come out on Blu-ray.
Yeah, well, he was. I think he was going to see it last night, apparently.
Yeah, well, I'm not really sure what's going on with him. Yeah, but the guy has a wife and a kid. He can't afford to go see movies so much.
That's it. Like I say, money's very tight for me as well. I say I'm finding it really, really difficult at the moment. I've got a lot of things. I've obviously with Christmas and that, and I'm trying to save as much money as I can to go over to Australia next year and such like. So that will be the next kind of thing in my agenda. But I've got a lot I want to achieve next year. 2017, definitely a lot I want to do. I want to try and grow my YouTube channel as much as I can, because a lot of this is that if I can keep growing my YouTube channel, it's all my money goes to charity and such like. So that's all my monetisation goes to. So the more I can do that and reach people with eating disorder recovery, spread the vegan message, do my vegan activism and things like that. And I'm doing a lot next year. I've actually January. I'm going to be doing some stuff with Go Vegan Scotland, so I'm going to be on the vegan stalls and such like, basically showing people the earthling experience, teaching them about the vegan lifestyle. I'm going to be doing more with my Save Movement Scotland. I'm actually going to an animal sanctuary in, I think it's the 18th of January. So I'm going to be going there. That'll be amazing. I've never been to an animal sanctuary before, so.
Well, yeah, it's a very noble endeavor. And I wish you all the best with that.
You as well, mate. You're doing amazing. Like I say, you've done great. And if you feel you need time off of Younow, that's the best thing. Like I say, stay away from it. You can always come in here and chat away to everybody. Like I say, but I can totally understand what you're saying. I may do a kind of special on New Year or Christmas probably. Hi, Patty. Hello, Vivo. Nice to see you here as well.
Well, yeah, I'll probably be back for that. Yeah, well, for the big occasions. And yeah, obviously, I'm gonna make an exception. But, for like right now, just idle time. Yeah, I can't be on you now. I'm just gonna get myself into too much trouble.
Yeah, like I say, I can totally understand that, mate. And we're all here to support you 100%. You know that always.
Yeah, and I still have a way to contact you.
Yeah,
And a select group of my friends.
Exactly, we're always here. Anytime you need a chat, you always know that we're just a phone call away or a text away or anything. Like I say, you're on obviously Facebook with me as well, so you know I'm always here. It's like Sandcat says, she's here for you as well. Thanks for becoming a fan, Hesitant Alien. Hope you can become a fan of me as well.
Well, yeah, I'm really glad that you're here for me, Sandcat. That Christmas depression video like you did.
It was amazing.
So much help for me.
Yeah, definitely. I think we can all kind of relate to that, especially for myself as well, because it's difficult obviously with the time of year with missing my parents and things like that, and it's really, really hard. It really gets you down and things, and I think everybody, even with all kind of mental illnesses, and even people that haven't got mental illnesses, they suffer badly at time of year, especially if you're living alone and things. Really, really difficult.
Well, I lost my mom about 10 years ago.
I feel for you, mate, I really do, because I lost my mum, it's now coming up in 1997, and every year's just as much hard as the other. It's, like I say, people say it gets easier as the time goes on. The truth is, it doesn't. Like I say, it's just you learn to cope with it better and try and kind of do as the best as you can and muddle through, but it never really gets any better. It's the silliest thing can actually just get you set up. That's my concern, says this is why you don't do drugs. Exactly, definitely don't do drugs, never in a million years would I. Patty Harley Weaver says, my 7-year-old Sarista is making me pretty even though I have mental illness. That's amazing, Patty Harley Vivo, I really appreciate that. That's great that she's doing that.
I think I've told you that I suffer from autism. Yeah. So for me, Christmas was always me and my mom. And I've got other family members, but I'm not as close to them.
I can totally relate to that, yeah.
With my mom.
That's my concerns, asking what drugs are you on. I'm not on any drugs. I don't do anything like that. I'm not on medication or anything. because with me and my eating disorder recovery, basically my eating disorder recovery team don't believe that medication actually helps, especially for me, because I've got to actually combat my eating disorder, and that means me taking over control of the eating disorder voice. I've done that, and I'm not on any medication at all. I only take medication for such likes as my liver and my kidneys and things like that, and obviously calcium for my osteoporosis that I suffer with, but any antidepressant medication, I'm not in anything like that at all.
Remember, bro, the other one is Ruben. Yeah, I talk to my sister all the time. Me and my sister, we're pretty close. Yeah, but she'll never replace my mom.
I would say, Ruben, I would say you don't need to answer those questions if you don't want to, because they're very personal. They're asking about what drugs and things are on. Don't answer them if you don't want to, because they're personal.
Yeah, well.
But that's up to you. If you want to answer them, you can, but I would just say, I feel it's a bit personal.
Yeah, the drugs I'm on, yeah, well, those prescription medications, they've all got really long, complicated names.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Tommy, even if I wanted to say them, I couldn't give you all the names. Oh, hyperdritrix, whatever. Bunch of complex syllables.
Zog Machine, I really appreciate that. Like I say, we are on a public platform. I'm willing to answer any questions. It's personal, but I'm just saying I've got to protect my guests here, because that is quite a personal question, asking about medications and things, and I just meant that it's up to Ruben to answer that. So I really appreciate that. Thanks very much for that.
Well, I don't think that he means it maliciously.
No, I don't think that for 1 minute. I was just trying to protect you there, Ruben, because that is a personal question, and I wouldn't ask somebody that personally, but I wanted to make sure that you were comfortable with that.
Oh, yeah, well, I appreciate that, Tommy.
So there's somebody else in the guest queue. I'll try and guest them for the last 10 minutes before I go, but sending you all my love and support, mate, and you know I'm always here anytime you ever want to chat, and anytime at all.
Sandcat is up next. Yeah, I know, like, she is always great. Yeah,
Sandcat's amazing, so are you. Giving you a big hug, mate, before you go.
Well, dude, I don't. Hey, hold on a second. I got this guy right next to me. Yeah, so Tommy, fearless hug, you're gonna be the elephant.
You too, mate.
Yeah, love ya. Well, yeah, you have a good night. I know what you will, since you're about to get Sandcat.
Yeah, 100%, mate, and sending you all my love and support always. So that was Ruben, like I say, great guy. Everybody fan him up, like I say, he's an amazing person, and give him all the love and support. He needs it and he deserves it 100%. So I'll just guest Sandcat now, and anybody else want to jump in the guest queue, please let me know. Connecting. Rudolph's here.
I thought I'd go bring you today. You're on Christmas Eve, look at you.
Yeah, all done up for Christmas, definitely. So how are you?
I love your shirt.
Yeah, brilliant, so it is.
I'm doing alright. I thought it's a bit weird because it's summer here, so...
Oh, it's terrible it's terrible weather here, like I was saying. I've seen in America, actually, that it's got quite a lot of snow and things like that as well. They're getting really bad snow.
Hi, Ruben. Are you enjoying that, are you?
I'm actually going to try and download the face rig. I think it would be amazing, but I just don't know if I would actually be able to work it, because Jessica was saying to me the other day she downloaded it and she can't work it out for some reason.
Yeah, it's not the most user-friendly program ever. It's a little bit complicated. Sometimes it works and sometimes you need to go in and adjust things and it's a bit complicated.
Right, yeah. I'll definitely give it a try, definitely. So, what are you doing for Christmas and things?
We're probably going to my partner's family's dinner. I don't actually know what's happening, so it should be interesting to see. So
Yeah.
his views and stuff will be pretty nice.
Well, it'll just be me and my wife in the house. That's what we'll be having. And my wife, obviously, she's doing quite well, actually. She's having about 80% vegan recently, so she's doing amazing. She's trying to cut as much out as she can.
How's she feeling? Is she feeling any better than what she was?
Yeah, she's having quite a lot of issues. Like I say, obviously, she's got that problem with a double incontinence and things like that. And she actually spoke to the hospital about fitting the very same thing as Frankie got, the sacral nerve stimulation pacemaker, but they won't give her it because they said it costs too much money.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Maybe you should block these people.
Yeah, I know it's getting. I don't know what's going on here.
Sorry.
Thanks very much, Ruben. I really appreciate that. So, like I say, I was basically what Jessica was saying in her video about all the kind of personal attacks and things like that. I say that she done a great video on that.
Yeah, that was really good. Everything was spot on.
Exactly. We're talking about attacks and things like that, and at the end of the day, while we're doing that and spending time in drama and things like that, we're losing the message of what it's actually be here about, was actually the animals and things like that. I loved your video that you done with the little was it the pig that you saved, was it, or try to remember. Was it the animal that you'd saved that you had for a few?
The little lamb.
That's it. Yeah, I'm getting mixed up saying pig, lamb.
So many videos of little pigs out there. It's so cute.
Yeah, it was amazing video. It really touched me. It was absolutely great.
Oh,
It was great that you gave it a good life for the time you could. Like I say, it was heartwarming to say the least.
well, I tried. I always hope so, but you know, you can only do so much.
That's it. You can. Sog Machine says, "Would you guest a meat eater?" Yeah, I'll guest anybody you want to chat away with.
You have before.
Yeah, I get my wife's a meat eater. I don't discriminate against anybody. Like I say, it's respect for everybody, and that's what it's all about. Like I say, it should be. A lot of people lose the kind of vegan message about it's about vegan not only for the animals, but if you're a fellow human as well. And Sandcat is the exact same. She'll say the very same thing. We're just here to educate people and help as many as we can.
Definitely.
So, have you got any kind of Christmas gifts that you're getting, or anything you would want or that?
I don't know. It's weird because I don't really think. And then people say, oh, and then my mum will ask me, and she says, what do you want for Christmas? I'm like, oh, I haven't even thought of it. I don't know. I don't really think of it. But I think she's going to send me money, which I'll probably end up giving to charity, as cheesy as that sounds, because I'm sure I don't need it. I don't
definitely.
You know.
I'm exactly the same.
I
I say.
wanted to give more to that Food for Life charity, but I didn't have any money at the time, so.
Yeah.
You know.
I think it runs through to the 12th of January, which is actually the day of my birthday, ironically.
Is that planned?
Yes, I'm doing a stream on that day, so I'm going to be doing a kind of birthday stream and things like that. And like I say, any money I get at all will be going to obviously the charities and things like that, and obviously my Save the Movement Scotland charity. And Zog Machine's asking, what are you doing to help the animals? I'm actually in Save the Movement Scotland. I do a lot of vegan activism and things like that. We go to vigils, like obviously slaughterhouses and things. I do for obviously Go Vegan Scotland, which is a vegan charity. We basically educate people on veganism and such like, showing them like how the vegan lifestyle helps the animals, the planet, show them like Earthlings experiences, which is like the virtual reality headset and such likes.
Yeah, it's so inspiring. You've done so much recently. And I just keep looking and going, oh, I'm going to the thing, and you're like, oh, there's another phaeton, a vegan thing happening today. And I think, wow.
I was at a vegan fete yesterday, so I was at the vegan Christmas fete, so I'll have that uploaded obviously probably Tuesday roughly, so as well. So
That's so awesome. It seems like there's a lot of organised events going on there.
oh yeah, there's a lot going on recently. They're popping up all over the place, but the only thing is obviously it's trying to get the kind of money to go to most of them because it costs you a fortune.
That's awesome. I'm jealous. The first one that we had in my city was this year, you know, that vegan, the Perth festival thing. That was the first one that they had this year, so yeah, it's amazing that you've got so many.
It'll be amazing next year when I obviously come to Australia, obviously for the World Vegan Day and things like that. Hopefully all of us can meet together. Like I say, Jessica and me will be at it, and there's that activism thing that we're going to as well, which should be great as well.
Definitely, there's so much going on. I want to go to that as well.
It'll be great, definitely.
I'll have to go. I mean, it's almost a year away. So you know, it's a lot to sort of plan. So you know, I have a lot of time to figure out.
Exactly. But my dear friend Gareth Owen that has known me right for a way back when I was a little boy, he started a YouTube channel, and on Tuesday he's coming on to Younow, and he's going to be speaking away about all my kind of all our kind of past and things like that. I says to him, you bugger, I says, you're going to expose me. His fiancée says to me last night, she said, he's wrote down all these stories about the things you've done. She says, you were a little rascal when you were younger. I says, you need to tell me what he's saying here. I says, because he's going to come on and he's going to expose me.
Who is this? Is it
Gareth? He's my friend Gareth Owen. He's about the only person that's known me right all through my life. For about 3-year-old right through nursery school, primary school. He's been there for me all through my illness and things like that. So he started a YouTube channel, and like I say, he's going to come on and like he says, to kind of start off his YouTube channel, he's going to come on to you now and speak about all our past and things, but he's not telling me what he's going to speak about. Like he says, all these girlfriends and things like this, and I says, well, the bugger.
Stories. I'm sure he has some stories.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
That's great. I love it.
And Thursday as well, Ryan Brown, he's going to be coming on and speaking about his eating disorder recovery and things. He's got a YouTube channel, Crimson Studios and things like that. He's fully recovered. You wouldn't believe he'd an eating disorder, but he wants to come on and obviously speak about that to kind of show the kind of stigma about the kind of male eating disorder background and things. So that'll be amazing as well.
Yeah. That's so good. Oh, it's so good that you're spreading awareness of that. You're so good. You just speak out about everything. Oh,
I try to.
Inspiring. You make me feel guilty.
Oh, you're absolutely amazing. Don't ever think that. I says you're great. Like I say, you're one of the people that I think is. I always look forward to your videos and things like that. And I say you're amazing.
Oh, so nice.
So there's somebody else in the guest queue. I'll guess this last person before I log off and things like that. And it's been amazing speaking to you, Sandcat, and I send you all my love. And I'll probably speak to you soon, but if I don't, which won't happen anyway, I hope you have an amazing Christmas. And everybody in here, please fan up Sandcat and our great YouTube channel as well. You'll find that link to our Younow as well. Please do that.
Oh, you're so nice. Thank you, Tommy.
Thanks, Jess. Speak to you soon. Sending you all my love. So there's Rudolph, otherwise known as Sandcat. Great person. Love her so much. She's amazing. So before I go, I'll guess this last person for about another 10 minutes.
What's up, bro?
Hi there, how are you?
Pretty good.
So,
Hey,
where are you from?
you know how I got these biceps?
Right, yeah.
I got them from meat.
So yeah, I used to be right into the protein and things like that as well. I was actually a personal trainer a way back, and I'm a fully qualified personal trainer, and I was into all the kind of protein and things like that. I done
Can
a
I see
lot of
your guns?
bodybuilding and things, and
Can I see your guns? Let's compare.
I've not got guns now. I'll need to get them back, but you could hardly probably see them.
See, dude, you need to eat meat.
Yeah, but like I say, there's plenty you can eat. You've got plenty of protein. You obviously your beans, your seeds, your legumes, such like. There's a lot of vegan bodybuilders as well. They are absolutely amazing as well.
Yeah, I know. That's cool. Hey, did you know that Hitler was a vegan?
No, I didn't know.
He was.
That's great to think that.
Yeah, it kind of makes me want to go vegan now.
So have you never kind of thought about going vegan or that, or what's your kind of stance on it? What's your thoughts about it?
Oh, I can't. Yeah, I'm too poor, you know. I don't even, this laptop I just stole.
Well, that's one thing I will always say, that people kind of get this misconception that the vegan lifestyle is really expensive, but it's far from being expensive, because at the end of the day, you can eat all your things, like all your staples, like your beans, your seeds, your rice, your legumes, your pasta, and things like that. Being vegan, like I say, it's obviously if you're buying vegan processed stuff, like obviously like your tofu and things like that, that can be expensive, but you can buy in bulk. It's as cheap as expensive as you can make it. Everything you can get in a US standard diet, you can get veganized as well.
Can I get 1,000 calories for $2 when I'm vegan?
Oh, definitely. You get your pasta and things like that. Your pasta, and you can get obviously your pasta sauce and things. Throw in a bit of things like obviously beans into it, or chickpeas and such like. So you can easily get 1,000 calories in easily.
That's cool, man. All right, great talk.
It's great
Merry
speaking
Christmas.
to you, like I say. So
Merry Christmas, tell Hitler.
I hope you have a great Christmas and that as well. What's your kind of plans for your Christmas? Oh, he's away. So I'll do a wee song for you before I go and just finish off this great stream. It's been great speaking to everybody. It really, really has. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days, may your days, may your days, may you be merry and bright. May all your Christmases be white. So thanks very much, guys, and I send you all my love. Thanks to everybody in here: Edgar Allan Posa, Sandcat, Ruben, Bat Monkey, PB and Jams, everybody else. Speak to you all soon, and hope you have a very merry Christmas if I don't speak to you all before then. And remember, binge on life, purge negativity, and starve guilty feelings.